More civilians are leaving the war-hit suburb of Damascus as the Syrian army continues advancing in Eastern Ghouta. Men, women, and children have left the region through humanitarian corridors created by Russia and Syria. The evacuation began following the army's capture of the town of Madyara. Civilians who leave Eastern Ghouta say that foreign-backed militants holed up in the region prevented them from leaving. Russia's command center in Syria says it has reached a deal with the biggest militant group that will facilitate the evacuation of 1,000 patients and wounded people from Eastern Ghouta. Meanwhile, at least one protester was killed and several injured after people rebelled against the militants in the area. Residents of Eastern Ghouta are angry with extremists who have had the region under their control for a few years. Our correspondent in Eastern Ghouta, Mohammed Ali, earlier gave us the latest on the situation there.
The Syrian army has brought more and more reinforcements, armored vehicles, and more troops on the ground in order to enhance security around the route that it established from the eastern side of Eastern Ghouta to its western side, splitting, of course, yesterday the Eastern Ghouta in half and then dividing the terrorist-held area into three particular areas, all under siege by the Syrian army, of course. This is in preparation for perhaps carrying out more and more ground operations backed by the Syrian and Russian Air Force in order to purge those areas completely of the terrorists over here. The most important and recent developments is that there were 5 demonstrations by the residents of 5 other terrorist-held areas, namely Kafar Batna, Saqba, Hammouria, Jisrin, and Hazze over here in Eastern Al-Ghouta and the southern half of Eastern Al-Ghouta. On the military track, the Syrian army continues with its offensive, as I told you, strengthening actually its positions around this route from Misraba to Harasta, and also attacking the terrorists around the area of Eftaris, which was controlled just today. More and more operations are being actually happening on the ground in order to strengthen the positions of the troops in areas that they advance to. We are expecting more and more operations to take place on a daily basis, just like every day. The Syrian army seems determined, according to what we have been hearing from the officers on the ground here as Press TV team, determined to continue with this military offensive until purging the area.